Happy Saturday, YouTube. So, who is Grant Cardone? Believe it or not, there's a group of people within the sales industry and business that truly don't know who Grant is. And if you've never heard of him, let me help you with some basic background information about Mr. Grant Cardone. So first of all, who is he? Well, he's recognized globally as the #1 sales expert. Once again, the #1 sales expert. He's also a real estate mogul with approximately $500 million worth of real estate holdings across the globe. And he's also a New York Times bestseller of 6 books as well as business programs. And you're probably saying to yourself, well, there's a lot of sales gurus, sales experts. There's a lot of that these days in the marketplace. And it's always been that way. I know when I started my career, I was a hardcore Zig Ziglar fan. As well as a Brian Tracy fan. Just hardcore. I really love just the amazing sales training and material that both of those men had and that I was able to learn. But for me, how I got to learn about Grant Cardone, was back like in 2010, 2009 roughly. I can't really pin the actual date. But I do remember that one of our agents, a car salesman, he was ranting and raving about Grant. Ranting and raving. And this guy, told me about him. Mr. Bo. Bo is a big Cardone fan. And he gave me a book called Sell to Survive. And I gotta say that when I read that book, I truly felt that Cardone was talking to me, in the sense that the way he trained, his viewpoint on sales was completely different than some of the other trainers that I had up until then really soaked up. Brian Tracy, great trainer, great sales expert. Same with Zig Ziglar. I got a close friend, Mr. Scott Riddle, who was close to Zig Ziglar. In fact, Scott's credited for giving Zig his first insurance seminar opportunity back in the day. But going back to Grant, he impacted me because of, once again, his view on sales. He was very clear that everything around us was a sale. Even people that say they're not in sales, they don't like sales, guess what? Without them knowing, they are in sales. Whether you're trying to persuade your parents to buy you something, you're trying to persuade somebody to see something your way, no matter how you look at it, life is selling. And that book, Sell to Survive, really just grasped my attention. From there, Grant published more books. Sell or Be Sold, which was really, really powerful as well. And the 10X rule. And, when he came out with that 10X rule, that truly blew my mind. Because a lot of people, they wanted to reach their goals, but they didn't have a clear path. And he laid it out for all of us. setting realistic goals, but also 10xing those goals, taking massive action towards those goals. And that concept was just extremely powerful. And I know for myself and other 10xers, we took that knowledge and ran with it. And we had huge success. But one of the things that I've always admired about Grant Cardone is that the man is not just a talker, but he's a walker. And even though he's had so much success in his career in sales, he is actively involved in day-to-day with his team. He's engaged. This man leads his team from the front. So think about that. Grant has 5 publicly held companies that he built over the phone, face to face. So it's not just talk. You know, a lot of these sales gurus, I mean, they're great talkers, but when you take a look at their track record, they've never, ever had anything significant in terms of success. And, you know, in the modern world, Grant Cardone is definitely relevant to the modern world. And when he came out with the book, Be Obsessed or Be Average, that book, what it did for me was that it helped me to understand that 10x in my career, it wasn't just about that. It was also about 10x in as being a father, being a son, being a husband, boyfriend, friend. That's what I got from it. And it was really then when I read that book that it really clicked with me in terms of the 10x rule applied to everything in our life. Whether it was health, whether it was romance, whether it was business. And one of the things that I loved about what Grant said is that when he put together the 10x rule and published it, he missed a few parts. And some of us here, we 10x'd our business, but we didn't 10x some of our other parts of our life. And obviously, it shows, right? Gotta have problems, because my life ain't perfect. I've made all kinds of mistakes. But sales, one, is not easy. And second, when you have the right training in place, it can really make it easier. That is for sure. So guys, Saturday is a good day to reflect or to put it down in whatever it is that you're building, whatever your passion is. And I recommend that you 10x your life, not just your business, but everything in your life. Look at your life. Think about what do you want? What kind of quality of life? Because guys, I've had success financially, but then not so much success personally, and so on and so forth. And you get to a point in your life where you want to have success just across the board, not just in one aspect of your life. But the bottom line is training. Having the right training, having the right mindset. And Grant Cardone truly helped us change the way we saw sales. And this year especially, since we partnered up with Cardone University, it just took our skill set to the next level, our thought process to the next level. So guys, if you guys don't know who Mr. Cardone is, I encourage you to look him up. Whether you're in the real estate game, sales, look him up. If you want to find out more about his training programs, his training principles, we invite you to take the Securus Live Telesales Challenge that we conduct Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as well as East Coast time zones. Come and see how Grant Cardone's principles have impacted our sales training, our culture, and more than anything, our goals. So, with that said, everybody, you guys enjoy this Saturday. Be safe, stay blessed, and see you guys at the top. Bye.